Everyone, welcome to the studio. I'm live. This is the painting I just did a while ago. Pretty cool, huh? I put a bee in there. This next one, I think I'm going to put a hummingbird up here. Um, we'll see if I can even do it. I'll show you what I went to Michael's. I bought this little tote bag. It's pretty cool. It was only $5.99 for this tote bag. And then this is that acrylic paper I was telling you about. I think I'm going to give it a try. And I bought another color wheel because this is a different style than the one I had. This really helps you pick out colors, like if you want to know what color background to make. And I bought these squeegees. I don't know why. Maybe they were cheap. It was like $4.99 for two of them. I think I'll be able to use them on my larger pieces. Figure something out. But this is that acrylic paper I was telling you about. It's 246 pounds, so the paper won't roll on you, like get bubbles in it. And you can either paint like this. You just fold the top back, and you can paint your first, and then just tear it out. There's 10 sheets in here. That way, if you don't want a bunch of canvas laying around all over the place, what I'm actually going to do is cut this off. I got some scissors here. And it is a little different feel on this than a canvas, because the canvas kind of flexes, right, if you're pushing in on it. Depends on what technique you're using. I'll show you what I did to my I turned my easel upside down so I don't have the lip in front of here, so I can paint down to the bottom of the paper, so I've got no ledge. So I just kind of rotated this, and hopefully this is sturdy enough to paint on. Let's give it a try. It's a smaller paper. Let me see what size this was. I didn't even look. It's 9 by 12. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do today, I'm going to do some flowers here with like maybe a hummingbird over here. I'll do it in a vase with a table down here. I still got all my paint from yesterday in my palette. These things are cool. You just cover it when you're done, and the paint it'll last for at least 3 days in there. It does start getting a little hard after 3 days, so let me put a I'm going to put a background up here real quick. We'll use violet. So hopefully, yeah, you guys are doing good today. I had my big sale this morning, my farmer's market. It went pretty good. I had a friend come and give me a hand, so he watched the art while I had to use the restroom or something. So right off the bat, it feels a little smoother, the paper, but it does have ridges in there. They're trying to make this feel like a canvas. Uh, and it kind of does, but it doesn't, okay? It's hard to explain. But you can still use your techniques on here, uh, your brush strokes and all that. I wanted to find a larger paper, but this is, I'll have to go to Dick Blick's tomorrow, because I'd actually want to do this on a bigger paper, but they didn't have it. This is the biggest they had, uh, 9 by 12. And I do have a board. You're supposed to take this off and put it on a board, tape it down to a board. But I'm going to try and do it while it's still in the pad. We'll see what happens. I might have to change it. We'll see. Seems to be working okay. So I had a lot of fun today. It's always fun to go out there and you meet new people. You meet other artists. My buddy was having a blast. He was like, we were setting up all the artists out there. There was just me and some other guy named Tyler. All the other artists were women. So Bruce, my buddy, was going around and helping them, set up their tents and stuff. So by the end of the day, one of the artists called Bruce over, and she gave him one of her paintings. She let him pick a painting out for helping everybody with their tents and stuff. So there's what I mean about paper. See, it's starting to roll a little. So the next one I do, I'll have to, I got a board. You just tape it down to your board, then it stays flat for you. So that's the only problem with this paper. Plus it feels a little different, but let's see what we can do with it. I'm going to do a red vase. I think it's red. It's more like, I forget the color they call it. It's not Alzerian crimson. Let's put a cool vase up here. We'll do like one that's kind of like on an angle. Make it look a little abstract. I was working with this paper for a while. It was about, I'd say, if you go back about a couple months ago, I was trying this paper out, and I ended up going back to canvas because of the these little problems like I'm having with the paper moving. I'll try and go past that. I'll try not to think about it. All right, there's my vase. Cool. I kind of like that vase. Oh, where's my phone? Let's see who's if anybody's watching yet. Let's see. I got some charge on my phone. I'll put it up there so I can watch the chat. All right, there's my vase. Let's do a nice dark table. I want to do a wooden table today with Van Dyke brown and a little bit of yellow ochre with a little red in it. That'll be my table. Let's do I'm gonna do a longer table. There we go. I still like painting on. I like painting on the canvas. It's much better. It feels more natural. All right, I'm gonna fill some leaves up in here. Pretty cool. I put a few leaves out and up here a little bit. I got to leave room here for that hummingbird right here, so I'll put some kind of maybe a rose up here and maybe one over here, small one. I kind of want to do that flower I did in the last painting I did. It was kind of cool looking. I'm just going to fill this all with color in here and then have a hummingbird right over here. Hey, yeah, you and me. Pootamern, how's it going? Yeah, it's a lone night tonight. The lone painter. Dun, 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 dun. Let's do a few yellow. Yellow always makes it pop, you know. This paint's pretty potent. I'm going to go open my front window so the air circulates through here. I'll be right back. Alright, hopefully that gets some air flowing in here. This Artist Loft paint, it's pretty potent stuff. It's acrylic too. It's looking pretty good for paper. This is acrylic paper. You can buy this at Michael's. I usually do it on a canvas, but I wanted to try this paper out. It comes in like a pad here. It feels a little different than a canvas. I wouldn't, if you're a beginner, I don't know if I would recommend this paint to a beginner or this paper, because you might not like it. Because if you learned how to paint on a canvas and then you go to this, it's going to be a different feel, and you might get frustrated. Cloudy days. Thanks. I'm glad you like my art. I'll give you a shout out. Cloudy days. Let's see. I'm going to end up putting a hummingbird up here, believe it or not, from memory. I like to do everything from memory. I don't like to look at something and paint. I have to do it all from my mind. So this will be the first time I put a bird in my scene. So if it comes out bad, then I'll just cover it with the flower or something. That's all you got to do. The tricks of the trade. This brush I got here, the number 6 round, it's perfect for making those daisies. Put like a round orange orchid in here or something, looking straight out at us. Uh, when I do these, I don't try and really make them look like flowers. I'm just putting the colors up there. It'll look like flowers when it's done. I do a dark blue right here. I went over my white. I had white right there. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. There we go. We'll get a little bit closer shot there. I like the way these leaves look. Let me kind of whip them out a little better. Whip it good. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. Wow. This is really looking cool. So if you do paint on this acrylic paper, this is just a tip. Like I usually do it on canvas, but you want to use a soft brush, okay? If you're going to use a professional acrylic brush, they're a little more stout. But I recommend just using a regular cheap brush on the paper. It works a lot better. It's smoother. See it you can put the paint on a lot better with a soft brush. With the professional acrylic brush, it's a little different. I'll put a little. We'll just keep the purple background in here. So like you can see through the arrangement. I'll run I'll run my stems now. So I just got back from Michael's and I bought some cool stuff from there. I bought a little tote bag. I think next time I go to the farmer's market, I'm gonna bring an easel with a little bit of paint, uh, and actually uh, paint some paintings while I'm out there. It'll bring people to the booth if they see you doing something. Believe it or not, when you go out there, there's a lot of shy people, man. There's a lot of shy people in this world still, and they don't they don't want to touch anything. I had all my paintings sitting on tables where they're stacked up, where you have to go through them, right? And a lot of them didn't want to touch them. I'm like, well, that's what they're here for. The other thing is when you're out there selling your art, you got to tell the people what it is, you know. You got to tell them if it's like original art or to give them a sense of. I know they're looking at art, but you gotta let them know if it's original or prints or what, so then they know what they're looking at. You gotta kind of lead them along, because this is looking really cool. Acrylic on paper. I almost wanted to buy some watercolor paper to see how acrylic would work on that watercolor paper, just to test it. I think my roses are dark enough. I'm just going to lighten up the some of the petals here with pink. Yeah, that's really dark. It's really rich red. I kind of like the way it looks on paper, but just it's a different feel, that's all. What is that? Pink? Well, add a little red to this guy. So yeah, I think I counted up my paintings. I sold like 13 paintings today in like 4 hours, and one I got one commission piece. I got to do a large painting for this lawyer, like a 3 feet by 4 feet of some pop art flowers. That'll be fun. Oh, I'm going to do the shadow right now. I like doing the shadow on these vases. Let me get the soft brush. We'll use a soft brush and I'll show you the difference. See that? See how smooth it runs with a soft brush? If you use a professional acrylic brush, it's not going to work as good. So you just want to use soft acrylic brushes on the paper. You'll get a better feel and the paint will roll off the brush a lot better. This looking pretty good for paper. I used to do all my abstract faces. I did faces like years ago. I would use the paper. So I probably got 1,000 abstract faces sitting in the shed somewhere. I've got so much artwork. I'm so glad I'm out selling it now. I just got my business license the other day, so that was nice. Now I can go anywhere I want to sell. Ba-da-ba. Oh, I want to use my angle brush. These angle brushes work really good. I don't know if you can see it, but they're really thin. You see that? They're good for putting the highlights on all the stems and stuff, which I'll show you. And you can whip this brush like so you can get different curly cues in it. Okay, whip it good. You can come up too from the pot and go up with it. It's a really cool brush. You can highlight all your leaves with it. Pretty cool. Hey, I got one thumbs up. What time is it? 6:45. Uh, oh, that's going to be my stem there. 6:45, 6, 7, 9, 10. So it's like 10 o'clock on the East Coast. This is the fun part, putting on the white, the highlights. It really makes the painting pop. Wow. I'm really digging this. I'm digging it, yo diggity. We got to put a shadow underneath our daisy there. I don't have a soft brush, so let's see. How's this going to work? It looks like it's kind of high up off the table, doesn't it? So maybe I'll... this is going to be a difficult one. So this shadow, light's coming from the right. The shadow would be more over here. It's a difficult one. That's a tough shadow to put in, really. I think it'll work though. Alright, it's time to do the hummingbird. This was the whole point of the painting. I can't believe there's nobody watching right now. I think YouTube's got me hidden. It's coming out good though. I like this. I like the way it's looking. want a light gray. Do 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 do. Yeah, the kids, there was a lot of kids at the art show today. Lots of kids. Uh, the one kid said, "I want to. When I grow up, I want to be an artist." I'm like, "Why are you gonna wait till you grow up? You can be one right now." It's looking pretty good. I think what I need here is I need a flower looking that way with the hummingbird right here. I kind of see wings here. All right. I'm going to try the hummingbird. So I got all this here to work with. So the it's it has a long uh, beak. I think I'm going to put it in. I'll put it in light gray, and then go from there. So then it has kind of like a small head. This part comes down like the neck. I'm going to lose part of the body. That's all right. Alright, there's my hummingbird. I think I'm going to make it green. Do 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 do. I don't know what I did with my liner brush. But I need it for the beak. I'll try this one. It's kind of crooked. I think the beak was red. Yeah, I think it was red. I'm just going to make it black. I don't remember what color the wings were. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba. Yep. Doesn't even look like a hummingbird. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba. Do 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 do. It does not look like a hummingbird. So when you do something like that, I'll show you what you do now. Hold on. Ugh. Boo-doo-boo-boo-doo-boo. Let me clean my brush off. What you do first is take a brush and kind of wet it, and then try and get the dark color off first with your brush, and like wipe it with a rag like this. Wipe it down, especially the black color, because the black will be hard to cover. Get most of the color off of there first. Like that. And kind of wipe it down. Then get your original color. Might have to go darker now on your background. Get your original color. Pop it back in there. Which I use like a light. I used a light purple. And that's how you cover it up. Just like that. Perfect. You can fix your leaves if you want. And your red. All right, there we go. Perfect. So what I'm going to do instead is we'll put a daisy up here. I like doing those daisies like this down here. I'm going to have the daisy looking sideways. Hugging around these flowers right here. So make it pretty big. A big pretty big daisy here. There we go. That would have been the flower that the hummingbird was going to go into. If I put something in my painting and it doesn't look like the style, I paint over it because it has to all match. Like, you wouldn't want to put like a cartoon character in here, you know what I mean? It wouldn't match with the painting, so really digging this. Let me give us that second to dry, and I'll finish the daisy, and I think that's all I'm going to do on this one. It's coming out pretty good. Let's put an effect on it while that's drying. We'll do the 8mm. Wow, look at that. Look how cool it makes the shadow down here look. Let me try a document. That's the one I like. Document. Haunt. Wow, the sketch looks pretty good. Dream. All right, we're looking good. Should be drying pretty soon. So before I went to Michael's, my buddy, the one that helped me at the art show today, he texted me and he said he left his sweater over there on the sidewalk. So this was like 3 hours after we did the show, and I told him I'll go over there and look, and before I went to Michael's, and sure enough, his sweatshirt was still there. Let's put a little bit of color. I think I want a little bit of color in here. Alright guys, I think that's all I'm going to do on this one. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Tomorrow I'm off. But tomorrow, I'm cleaning up the studio in here. I'm going to rearrange it so I got some more room in here. Plus, I'm going to do half of it's going to be for art, and the other half is going to be for my music. So I'm going to start like a music channel next. It's going to be all, original music, probably like the blues. I'll be doing blues music, original blues. Wow. I really like the way this came out. Check that out. This is acrylic paper now. You could get it at Michael's. It's 246 pounds is what you need. Like if you're gonna put heavy paint on a paper, it's got to be pretty heavy. It started working there after a while. It eventually flattened down for me. At first, it kind of bubbled up, and then eventually it worked its way back down. So you might want to put like a heavy undertone on first, like I did, and then start painting on top of your undertone. I really like the way this came out. That looks pretty good. Do a screenshot. I may one day go back on Etsy, I don't know, and sell prints. So it's good to like do some screenshots with these filters on them. So you have some pictures that you can upload to Etsy. Overall, it came out pretty good for acrylic paper. Alright guys, that's all I'm going to do on this one. I'm done. Thanks to all the new subscribers. I did get a few new ones today. I appreciate it. All right. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. Cheers.